Many people say they have a difficult time expressing their authenticity, about being true to their personality and allowing that amazing personality to shine through, especially in social situations or in front of people that they're uncomfortable being around. So in this video, we're going to walk through the steps on how to reveal your personality to others. And I'm also going to be providing a confidence boost activation that will allow you and allow your true nature to shine through for others to see. So let's go ahead and get started. How can we express our true personality? How can we allow ourselves to be completely genuine at all times if we don't know ourselves? This really is the first step. In order for you to be this person that you are, you have to know who this person is, right? And so how do you assess this about yourself? There are a number of websites that you can go to online to take a personality test. You'll learn a lot more about yourself during these personality tests. They'll tell you if you're introverted or extroverted, or if you're intuitive, or if you're contemplative. So the thing though is, if you ask yourself these questions right now, you kind of know this about yourself, right? So let's pick one of these categories. Let's pick introverted versus extroverted. In many cases, we look at one of these as bad and we look at the other one as good. Especially if we are one, we look often at the other one and say, gosh, I sure would, I'm introverted. Gosh, I sure would like to be more extroverted. That would really help me in social situations. The thing is, who you exactly are is perfect. You are exactly who you are supposed to be. And to recognize this and to congratulate yourself for being this exact person is huge. So how do you express your true personality? Is to allow yourself to enjoy your own personality rather than looking at all the things about yourself and saying, I wish I wasn't that, and I wish I wasn't that, and I wish I wasn't that. To actually do the exact opposite. To say, I am introverted, and own it. Show people how amazing you are even though you're introverted. What's happening when you're in an introverted situation? You're evaluating, you're observing, you're learning. An introverted person can ask questions so that they can learn more. So if you were to go into a social situation, you could actually say to everybody, hey, I'm excited to be here, but I'm introverted, so I'm not going to say a whole heck of a lot, and I can't wait to hear what you guys say. There you go. Step back. You are now authentically being an introverted person. You are authentically being shy. And so often we think, oh, in order for me to succeed in a social situation, I have to change my personality in order to fit in to a social situation. But that's really not true at all. Just be exactly who you are and let everybody know who you are. Be that person. And when somebody says, hey, I'm shy, I'm just going to observe, I, as more of an extroverted person, will probably be very interested to talk to you. Oh, really? Wow, this is really cool. That is incredibly confident for you to say that. I am drawn to you now. I want to know more about you. And so I'm probably going to start asking you questions. Uh-oh, that means you're going to have to talk, right? But isn't it easier to talk when somebody's actually interested in you? Isn't it easier to get into a conversation if someone else is leading the conversation if you are an extrovert? So embrace that opportunity. And by putting it out there, you do tell the room or tell the world who you are. And people who like that will come to you and talk to you. And so in a way, announcing that you're introverted is an extroverted kind of tactic, isn't it? But you can still go right back to being introverted and being as comfortable as you want to be as an observer. So I invite you to do this. And this was a perfect example, right? Introverted versus extroverted. There are many things about your personality that you can also do this for. You can own whatever it is that is true about you. And the only way to do that is to actually know yourself. What often gets in the way of expressing our true personalities is fear of judgment. And actually, to step back even further, fear is the main reason we don't do, or we don't experience, or we don't have an amazing life, an amazing experience, and amazing possibilities, because fear holds us back. And in this case, it's no different. Judgment, you have to understand, comes from other people. It comes from you too, actually. And if you fear judgment, you are probably someone who judges. Because most of the time, we put ourselves into the minds, into the shoes of others. So we think that because we're judging people, that they're probably judging us as well. But that isn't necessarily the case. So you might be creating an air of judgment in a room. But also, if you think about it, and especially if it's judgment about yourself, and if you think about that, then that is the world revolves around me syndrome. If you go into a room and you look at everybody in the room and you think, oh my gosh, I don't look that good, I'm not confident, I wore the wrong clothes, whatever, then you are imagining that that's what all these people are saying, right? But do they care anything about one individual who just walked into a room to judge them? Maybe. But what's the percentage chance that it's 100? Very low. Not everybody in the room is judging you. Maybe there's someone, yes. But most likely they're not. Most likely they're worried about what other people are thinking of them, right? So put yourself into their shoes from that perspective. Other people, many others, are concerned about how they're being judged. Okay, but let's talk about judgment for a second. Judgment comes from a primitive perspective. We humans are survival beasts. All we're trying to do is survive. And all of our behaviors, all our personalities, and all of our emotions are derived from survival tactics and survival programming. In the case of judgment, if you think about the ancient earth and where we humans were trying to survive in tribes, and we were reliant on others to help us in any situation, survive injuries or predators or getting enough food, it was very important for us to get along very well, to rely on each other, and to be relied upon. So judgment comes from those times. If somebody in your tribe is hooping and hollering and making all sorts of noise, then your judgment kicks in and says, oh my gosh, this person needs to stop doing this right away because they're attracting our predators to our camp or to the rival tribe to attack us. So you take action in an angry or whatever emotional way to get them to shut the heck up. Or you're judging someone who isn't picking enough berries or who isn't starting the fire when they're supposed to or whatever. So if you think about it from that perspective, this is just basic programming. This is a basic human characteristic. So one, you can't really judge them for judging because it comes about naturally. And you can't judge yourself for judging for the same reason. But the other thing here is that is a very 3D experience. Survival-based experiences and survival-based actions are extremely 3D. And if you are like me and you are on the path of moving from 3D to 4D to 5D, then we don't really need to give much credence to 3D perspectives. We can move into a 4D perspective. What's a 4D perspective? That everybody is amazing and that we are all the creator. We are all source. So we can start to say, okay, so these judging people, where does this judgment come from? Oh, that 3D thing. Well, does it come from a 4D perspective? Is that person as source or as their higher self? Are they judging us? The higher self and source does not judge us at all. We are just amazing individuals from those perspectives. That is the point of non-judgment. The 0 point of non-judgment is our higher selves and that source perspective. There's no judgment going on there at all. the experiences that we get to have in this life are everything, and every experience is valid. So when you think about being judged by somebody, realize and remember that that is coming from a very primitive perspective, and you really don't have to give it as much credence. If you looked at them and they were higher vibrational and they were 4D or 5D beings, they would just look at you with unconditional love for the perfect being that you are. And so who would you rather appeal to? Would you rather appeal to a 3D person, or would you rather appeal to a 4D or a 5D? I'm going to be making more videos about this, but I just wanted this to be a primer to help you understand who you are, to help you understand how to not judge and not worry about being judged, and how to express that true you. I want to tell one story that really made a huge difference in my life, because as a middle schooler, I was really teased and belittled by my classmates. And this took me by giant surprise because I was a happy-go-lucky kid. I did not expect to experience the ridicule that I did, and it kind of destroyed me. And I moved from an extroverted person into an introverted, shy one. And I was kind of afraid of everybody. And this lasted for years. And so this became my personality. And so when I had an opportunity, it was my senior year in high school, and I was invited to a party at a different school. So I knew that going to that party for the first time, I was going to be in a room full or a house full of my peers that didn't even know me. And so it was a long drive to get there, and I was sitting there in the back seat of the car with some other folks that were going to the party too, that I felt comfortable around. And I was thinking to myself, how do I want to do this? Because if this were a party of my own classmates, I would just hide. I would just pick one friend and just try to talk to them the whole evening. I wouldn't want to engage myself with the group or with the room. And I went, but this is an opportunity. This is a brand new set of people. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to try this. I just decided to experiment. When I go into that room, into that party, I'm going to talk to everybody as though I've known them my entire life, but that I haven't seen them in a long time. And so I am going to hug everybody. I'm going to be excited. Oh my gosh, it's so great to meet you. Wow, this is so cool. And express that excitement and that happiness and talk to people and ask them about themselves, find out who they are, be interested in everyone because everyone is interesting. And so guess what happened? I went to that party and I was the life of the party for the first time in my entire life. I had never even come close to that before. And I realized it's all about what we choose to do. I chose to be that extroverted personality instead of the shy, introverted one. And it worked. So we have so much more power than we realize. We wear a mask every day of who we think we are. But we can take that mask off and we can put a different one on. And we can go out into the world and express that true version of ourselves. We can go to the grocery store and smile at everybody there and talk about the food that we're buying or that they're buying. Or just ask them how they're doing today. And just be expressive and happy and welcoming. And guess how people will respond? 90% of them will have huge smiles on their faces, and they'll be so glad to have that interaction with you today because it might even change their day. It could even change their life because they could be so miserable and run into somebody like you, so happy and so happy to meet them that it might snap them out of what they've been doing and what they've been thinking about themselves for maybe years. So give yourself and give the rest of the world an opportunity to see that version of you. You never know. You just might love it. At this time, I'd like to go ahead and provide a confidence boost activation. I work with an extra-dimensional collective called the Hathors. which are similar to the Arcturians or the Pleiadians, except that they were incarnated here on Earth during Egypt's Golden Age. And so just with my intention and my voice, they provide incredible energy healing even through this video. So when you're ready, go ahead and close your eyes and take a nice big deep breath. And relax as you exhale. Feel yourself sinking into the chair that you're sitting in. I want you to look at that chair that you're sitting in as a throne. You are the king of your domain. You are the king of this being that you are. You think you are a slave. You think that you are something way less than what you are. But you are actually the ruler of the universe. You're certainly the creator of the universe, but you're the ruler of everything inside you. And guess what's inside you? Yes, the universe. Seeing stars swirling around you. I'm seeing your throne lifting up off the ground, flying through space. I'm seeing wherever your gaze falls upon, a great deal of light and love shines from you. Any beings that you see are empowered by your power. So what we're going to do is a solar plexus high confidence activation. How my activations work is I'm going to say breath in, and when I do, you'll take a nice big deep breath, you hold it at the top, and you'll wait for me to say the key word, awaken. This word may be a little bit startling and a little bit loud, so just be warned. Breath in. Awaken! Excellent. You may at any time watch or listen to this activation again. You could do it weekly, you could do it daily. Eventually, you won't need to do it anymore because it will become so integrated into who you are that it will have no effect. So I see you in your throne, flying back down to earth, back into your home, and resting comfortably. And I see you glowing with confidence, glowing with authenticity. So you can now set out to be the true you, and you can even decide who the true you really is. So when you're ready for all of this, then you can open your eyes. Thanks so much for participating in that activation and watching this video. It means the world to me to be able to help you. If you're interested in more activations, there's a really cool one that you can download off of my website, and it is a nervousness relief activation. So this could also help if you're introverted and you're going to be going to a party and you're nervous about it. You can download this activation and you can listen to it about 30 minutes or 15 minutes before you go to the party or before you step in. And you'll be amazed at how those negative feelings, the shakiness or the unclear mind or the panic feeling that you might feel from the situation that's going to make you nervous, you'll notice it completely go away. So I'll leave a link in the description below so that you can download that. So thanks so much again for watching this video. You can help me out by hitting the like button, by subscribing, by hitting the bell icon, and even leaving a comment below and letting us know how it worked for you or how it changed your life. This will help others when they read it, and it'll also boost the YouTube search results so that we can reach out and help more people. So thanks again. I love you unconditionally, and I'll see you in the next video.